Welcome back. This video is for you if you've been practicing yoga or walking a spiritual path for a while and it still feels like something's missing. That despite all of the trainings, the retreats, the meditation, the content that you consume, a part of you still feels alone, unseen, or slightly out of sync with your own life. And this video is for you because this has been my experience too. And it's the reason I've created both Aligned Yoga and the Aligned Living Collective. And today I want to speak to you heart to heart about why and how it can support you. Hi, my name is David William Pierce. For those who haven't met me before, I'm a Tantric Conversational Hypnotherapist and an alignment yoga specialist. And a little while ago, I realized something important. When I first entered yoga world, I was craving connection, community, depth, real relating. And yes, I found some of that, but much of what I found felt a little superficial. Maybe it was the spaces I was in, maybe it was me not knowing how to open up at that point in my life, but I always felt like something deeper was possible. Because so much of modern yoga has a Patanjali flavor, a transcendental vibe of escaping life, dropping into the void, quietening everything down. We come into these yoga spaces to go on the island of our yoga mat and completely ignore everyone else in the room. And this boggled my mind. And when I was teaching in London, I'd endeavor to try and get people to connect with each other. And it was met with deaf ears and studios who didn't like the initiative, which was a shame for me. Because for me, it completely misses the tantric perspective that yoga isn't something you escape into, it's something you integrate. It's meant to be enjoyed, not endured. If your mind goes right back to the chaos of life the moment you step off the mat, then the practice becomes a coping mechanism instead of a transformation. It's a yoga high. It's an escapism. It's unsustainable, I found. And that's what I was seeing everywhere that I was, including within myself. For me, here comes Mr. Mikokins. For me, this looks like going to yoga classes and studios and wanting to connect with people. And when I did that, I felt outcast because I was new, or because after a relationship with another teacher ended, there was an awkwardness in the exchanges that I was having with people who used to be very amicable towards me. Or I experienced moments where people who I assumed were colleagues and perhaps friends no longer wanted to connect with me or be associated on social media, because people didn't want to go to yoga classes to connect with other human beings, as I was endeavoring to, but to get their 60-minute fix of their weekly yoga high. And in all honesty, I felt disconnected in the space that I thought was about community and about union. And for me, it was when I recognized that I knew something had to change. So I've spent the last at least a year rebuilding my entire approach to my practice. And aligned yoga is not about forcing shapes. It's about tuning in to your body, your breath, your nervous system, to your reality. It's about using movement as a doorway into presence instead of performance. It's tantric in the truest sense, meeting life where it is, honestly, intimately, instead of trying to escape it. It's yoga as an internal art form, a way to dissolve mental, emotional knots and move through life with more freedom, more joy, more clarity. It's movement that supports life, not movement to escape it. And then there's Aligned Living Collective, the Aligned Living Collective. It's a space that I've created because even with the thousands of followers I had and the millions of views and the likes, I still felt disconnected. And maybe you felt that too. It's said that yoga means union. But many of us practice alone, can feel alone, and even after years of spiritual work, it can still feel like we're navigating life on our own. My intention with the collective is to be an answer to that. It's a simple, intimate space for like-minded humans walking a spiritual path who don't want to feel alone anymore. It's where we can integrate the teachings, not accumulate them. In that space, I share tantric insights that I've been sitting and living with each week. I share mantras, stories synthesized to support in integration, in reflection, and in grounding. Designed not just to inspire, but to support in your actual life. Taking the yoga out of the concept, out of the space and off the mat and into the actual lived human experience. It's quiet. It's devotional. It's not performative. It's a place where you're allowed to simply be. For a long time, Instagram led me to feel like I had to be something impressive, aesthetic, bendy, artistic, and eventually it cost me physically, mentally, and emotionally. So I stepped away, not out of drama, but out of alignment. This platform, YouTube, is where I can teach the philosophy, the practice, the integration, the movement, the mantra, the tantra, the Tantric Conversational Hypnotherapy, the TCH, all of it. Here, depth feels allowed, nuance welcomed, and slowness celebrated. This is where I'm trusting that integrated community can be built. Tantra teaches to meet life fully, to see everything as part of the path, to be intimate with reality even when it's challenging. And sometimes we can need some help releasing the old patterns that live beneath our conscious mind. And this is where TCH comes in. It's not affirmations. It's not mindset jargon. It's not me trying to fix you. It's a sacred conversation designed to help dissolve the subconscious knots that keep you looping in misalignment. It helps to remember your essence, the part of you that is untouched by fear, pressure, expectation, or past conditioning. Because when those knots unravel, return to resonance, return to joy. Life stops feeling heavy and starts feeling like something you can actually enjoy again. So if you've been longing for deeper connection, a yoga practice that actually supports your life, community that feels safe and sincere, tools that help you integrate, not escape, and a path that sees spirituality as something to be lived, not chased, then this is my invitation to you to step into this world with me, to explore aligned yoga, to join the Aligned Living Collective, or if you're ready for deeper transformation, to reach out about Tantric Conversational Hypnotherapy. Everything you need is already within you. Sometimes, though, it just needs a space where it can be remembered.